Hello, Nisha. Thank you very much for meeting with me again today. Now, during our last session, as I stated before, everything discussed in the session will be kept confidential.
Okay.
So, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Me and my mom got into another altercation. Um, she probably thinks it's financial, but I think it's more on the level of support that she lacks in giving me. And it was me asking for some funds for the beginning of the year because I'm going to be moving soon and I
Mm-hmm.
needed that extra support. And she pretty much told me no because, what I took from it was that she wanted or has never seen me struggle. So now's my time to do so.
Okay. Now, I wanted to reflect back during our last session. I remember you mentioned to me that your mother, you feel like your mother is um, giving you negative energy every single time. And you did mention to me that this has been going on since the age of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wanted to know, could you tell me a little bit more about um, how has that been for you? Because I know you just mentioned that you got into an argument with your mother,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to kind of connect back to see exactly how has that been for you since our last session and since our last conversation. How has that been overall?
Well, the negative energy is pretty much constant. Even when I go to visit, I can tell that there is a difference with her and how she treats me. And even from switching conversation from her to my dad to me to her to my youngest brother to back to me, it's just a different dynamic. She's more, I want to say, hostile or short, blunt, you know, no filter type with me, but with everyone else, she pretty much puts on a smile and she wants to please and wants to do all that. So the negative energy, as you said, started when I was a young girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I quickly seen it,
Mm-hmm.
especially when she started to tell me that I reminded her of my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and this not
I'm
taking.
sorry to cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
but you just mentioned that your mother likes to be hostile with you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say the word hostile, could you go into more detail about what do you mean by hostile?
Yes, when she has been drinking or is, even had the slightest bit of alcohol, I feel like she takes the most frustration out on me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever she's bottling in from what my dad did that weekend or the weeks before, she's going to take it out on me and only me. Some of the others of my siblings may get it, but they don't get it like me because she pretty much lets me have it every time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So you mentioned that your mother gets frustrated with you. Can you
Mhm.
give me some examples about what do you mean by frustrated exactly?
So her, not just my mom, but my mom and my dad, they tend to ask for help way too much in my opinion. They don't really have a solid foundation for themselves, and they've been together for over 33 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think they would have a solid foundations in the relationship and financially as well, but they don't. And it's frustrating for me as a person still trying to build my career, still going to school, and have my bills trump theirs
Mm-hmm.
obviously, for them to call and ask for help all the time when I know that they have the money. They just are irresponsible and they don't know how to save. So, when I'm faced with that, that's where me and her don't see eye to eye because I have other siblings that help them out, without any question. And I don't. I tend to question them, why, and she doesn't want to hear why. She's my mom, and that I should just help her no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask any questions.
Okay, so you basically mentioned that your parents like to ask you for a lot of help, along with your other
Mm-hmm.
siblings. It kind of seems as if you're a bit annoyed by that. And in the beginning, you mentioned to me that um, your mother and you got into an argument about a financial situation. And with that financial situation, and with the kind of vibe that you're getting a little, it seems like you may be a little annoyed by that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is that what's going on? Every time it's about a financial situation, you get the feeling of you feel annoyed by that.
I wouldn't say annoyed. It's just the best way I can describe it is a constant. disappointment
Mhm.
in both my parents
Mhm.
for asking their kids for money all the time, and we should be, or I and my siblings should be asking them for money, them for help. Hey, you
Mhm.
got this for gas? Hey, I'm still a college student and some of my siblings are too.
Mhm.
So I can't, as a 26-year-old still going to school, ask my parents for support. What kind of support are they going to give me? I'm just disappointed in how they handle things with themselves.
Mhm.
They don't support, or I feel like they haven't supported anything that I'm doing,
Mhm.
and they know well aware. They're well aware of what I'm going through and my financial situation and me going to school. That it's not easy, but
Mhm.
they that never stopped them from asking for help ever.
Mhm.
It didn't matter what situation I was in. It never stopped them.
Okay. So what I'm gathering is everything that you have going on. I mean, like you are mentioning, you are in school, and the fact that your parents are not supporting you in your education and you feel like they are not supporting you on a mental level as far as just considering the fact that you have everything going on, do you believe that that's based off of something else that's underlining? Because right now, I want to address the bigger picture here. Like you said, you are a student, you have your own financial situations, and your parents have their own financial situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why is it that they constantly rely on getting money from you and you're not feeling that support back from them? So, can you tell me more about that?
I think it started really from, it could have been from their childhood, really. I don't know how their parents, not to say that they were raised wrong, because I don't think that they were raised wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They stuck together and they've had all their kids together. That's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my dad grew up with both parents, dysfunctional at times,
Mm-hmm.
and he grew up seeing different things that his dad would do to his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom didn't grow up with her mom, she grew up with her grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, my mom doesn't really know how to be there for her children in that aspect. She is, I feel, close to my sister because they have a friend relationship. It's on
Mm-hmm.
a they're really close, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's a friend. It's
Mm-hmm.
not